Hi everyone, it's Scott here from That's English School 英語研究プロジェクト。よくある間違いを分析します。たまにはですね、言っとかないと、この英語ちょっと変な感じがしますよ。こういう細かい、ちょっとした不自然な英語を、このまま言い続けると、上手くなるのは考えにくいですね。遅くなる。時間がかかりそうですね。でも、落ち込まないで。これはいいチャンスですよ。いつ英語上手くなるんですか？今でしょう。いつかやりたかった。古いかな。Okay, let's get this show on the road. It's now or never. First, let's look at the problem. I have heavy pain. I have heavy pain. This is a way of expressing pain that a lot of our students say. It has to be said that in our school, a lot of our students tend to be middle-aged or older. So this kind of thing tends to crop up in conversation rather a lot. To crop up in conversation means to appear or to pop up. The topic of health sometimes crops up in conversation. Heavy pain is an unnatural way of speaking. While it may be understood by a native speaker, native speakers themselves would never speak like this. This is a great chance to improve your English. Let's investigate the reasons why. The main reason is this. We don't use the word heavy as much as you do in Japanese for talking about illness or pain. The Japanese word omoi is extremely useful, but you can't directly translate it into English all the time. It ends up sounding weird. Heavy sickness, heavy crime, heavy position, heavy feeling, heavy mouth. So when can we use heavy? Well, I guess we use it when we hear about something serious. About something deep, like a heavy story.
I'm getting a divorce.
Oh, geez. That's pretty heavy.
And my dog died.
This is heavy stuff.
Going back to the original sentence, I have heavy pain, especially when it comes to talk about illness and health issues, we don't use the word heavy. Heavy and illness, no, they just don't go together. Now, there is one case where you can use the word heavy with illness, and that is when you're talking about a heavy cold. But that's about all. Think of it like this. In English, we always say this kind of thing. The summer holidays are coming up. I'm so excited. Yeah, can't wait. In Japanese, it would sound something like this. あともう少しで夏休みだ。興奮してます。興奮? That just sounds weird. Why? Because it's a direct translation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this sounds more natural. あともう少しで夏休みだ。楽しみ。そうだね。楽しみだね。Let's look at the solution to this particular problem. Okay, so we've worked out that we can't use the word heavy quite so easily when we're talking about health problems in particular. So what should we say? Well, I'm going to give you 3 perfect solutions. Start using these and your English will be 100 times more natural. The first one is this. Bad. Yes, as simple as it may seem, this is probably the most common. I have a bad headache. She has a bad cold. He came down with a bad illness. The second one is terrible. So this one sounds worse than bad. My wife has a terrible toothache. I have a terrible pain in my back. My father is terribly sick. The third one is serious. My boss is off work with serious health problems. She has a serious disease. The pain in my eye feels really serious. So by using these words, bad, terrible, and serious, we can express the amount of pain a person is going through. On the other hand, if we want to say the opposite, we can use these words: slight, minor, or mild. A slight pain in my back. He has a minor illness. I have some mild discomfort in my leg. Of course, you can use the negative form of the other words. The pain is not so bad. It's not such a terrible disease. It's not a serious problem. Let's take a look at 5 example sentences. Now, there's going to be some really good vocabulary coming up, so please watch until the end. The first one is this: I have a terrible pain in my back. I think it might be a slip disc. A slip disc is something that happens to everyone at least once in our lives. You can also say a strained back, as it doesn't sound quite so serious as a slip disc. When a family member comes down with a serious illness, it makes you stop and think about life. To come down with an illness means to get an illness, to get sick, to come down with an illness. Hey Scott, how's your ingrown toenail? The pain is really bad. I've got to see a doctor. So an ingrown toenail is when the nail on the toe starts to curl around and dig into the toe. It can be some terrible pain. I've had that before. My favorite baseball player is out for the rest of the season. He got a serious injury to his elbow. The rest of the season is the remainder of the season. It basically means he cannot play any more games this season. I've been experiencing some slight discomfort in my ankle since I took a tumble last weekend. To take a tumble means to lose your balance and end up on the ground. If you want to improve your English even more, click right here. This is the Eigo Kenkyu Project playlist. There are lots of other really useful topics which are going to take your English to the next level. Okay, I'll see you over there. Let's go.